tone, say your name, and then press the pound key.
Lynn Stolping.
Thank you. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Few minutes for a couple of them to call in if they were calling in. I know we had one calling in today, one of our board members. And so she's wanting to call in. You have her contact. She indicated that she would be, she had a patient coming in. Dr. Brightway's. The guy's a specialty. I think we have enough for a quorum with what we have here now. Since we have Dr. Brightweiser, Jan Sterling, Dr. Leach, myself, and then Austin Burns will be calling in. We are missing Ann Shuck. She could not be here today, and Penny Gruber's not here. She indicated she would be, so she may be in shortly. So at this time, I need a motion to call the meeting to order. Okay, in a second. All in favor?
Then wait just a second, please. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Can you wait just a second? This is.
Oh, well, okay. You're waiting for that to go. I better turn this thing on. Let me know. Okay, all right, so we have a motion by Dr. Leach and a second by Jan Sterling. I didn't even forget. And all opposed, say aye. Okay, with the approval of the agenda? Oh, no, we haven't got to approval of the agenda, sorry, we called the meeting to order. Approval of agenda, I'm sorry. You want to approve the agenda? Or did you?
I'm not sure what the agenda is.
It's before you.
I still don't.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right, do we have a motion to approve the agenda? Okay, Jan said she makes a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
So the agenda is just Dr. Mendoza requesting the board for survey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second?
Yeah.
All those in favor, say aye. I think we will have to, you're okay with the thing?
Be nice to know what the survey was.
Okay, well, okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3 in favor, so even Boston not calling in yet. So are you in favor or not, just so Lori knows?
Abstain.
Okay, thank you. All righty, so I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Mendoza for him to talk about what the special meeting is for.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming here. I wasn't expecting a crowd like this. The last time I dealt with, something like this was when I did my grand rounds in 1999 when I presented my paper when I was in residency. So anyhow, I am Camila Mendoza. I am the health officer for Clay County. I have been in this position for almost 20 years, and I replaced the late Dr. Farid as appointed and approved by the commissioners in group of well-respected bodies of medical professionals. Let me start by saying that being in this position has been a wonderful yet challenging experience. I have met a lot of nice and wonderful people. However, I also encountered not so nice people as expected, who are kind of hard to deal with, specifically during the pandemic. However, I mean, nonetheless, though, we, the health department, survived these challenges because we as a group has always been consistent with one goal, and that is to serve only in the best interest of the community. It was kind of like disheartening and kind of like felt a sense of displeasure that our department was being questioned. I state this because our administrator and board chairperson are being attacked and judged through public criticism. In my years of working with these dependable individuals, they showed nothing short of being dedicated, concerned, and committed to our community's growth in public health. I am here not to conduct a disciplinary forum, trial, or hearing, so I want to make that clear. I do respectfully request our board members to share their honest stand on whether to support the continued services of the involved individuals in front of the Clay County Council and commissioners. Thereby, I am proposing a formal survey. By doing so, hopefully, this will protect the integrity of the board to ensure transparency for all parties involved. That's all that I have to say. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
So at this point, if you will just complete the surveys that the board members have in front of them. And these will go back to Dr. Mendoza.
Able to speak before they make their decisions? I thought that was.
No, the comments will come afterwards.
I think it needs.
Hi, Jenny, come on in. And we got a seat for you up here. Since we have never had to, I'm checking with Austin to make sure he can call in. We've always done it this way, but since he hasn't yet. So, Jenny, we just have a survey there. Dr. Mendoza just read it. But if you'd like to share with her what you'd like to do.
Sorry, I got behind a lot of traffic.
Okay. No problem.
I was just kind of like telling the people here that, you know, that I'm hoping that we have a kind of like a formal survey to whether we support or not, you know, our current administrator and our board chairperson to, you know, whether we support to continue their services and all that. So,
Okay, he did make it calling in. Can you hear me, Austin?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so Austin is now present at our meeting, and I'm going to let Dr. Mendoza tell you what he'd like you to do with the survey that you've received.
so Dr. Burns, can you hear me? So Dr. Burns, I was just like letting them know, since like, you know, we've been getting this kind of like comments about our department, and there was a question, the way I look at it, like regarding the leadership happening in the department and the board. I was hoping that we can conduct a formal survey to see if we, you know, we support the continued services of the current individuals involved. So that's pretty much the essence of our meeting today, of our agenda today.
Yes, sir. Yes, and I took the survey and I texted my responses to all three sections to you, so you've got my responses.
Okay.
Or I can verbally do it, however you want to do it.
That's okay, doctor. I can read it if you will allow me to.
Yeah, you can read it to the two. Who's present? Is it just the board or whatever? Who's all present?
I was surprised too, Dr. Burns. I'm seeing like probably like 30 people there, probably. So.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you can read my response. I don't care.
Okay, thank you.
So we have all our board
I got
members
it.
except
I got
for
it.
Ann Shuck here. So as soon as you get your response, just fold it and give it to Lori, and Dr. Mendoza will take it from there.
So do I?
Let him take Liam and Lori over.
So once everybody's
Sorry.
done, then.
You don't have to put, you won't have who they're from, so obviously you can just read them and.
Read whatever they.
Yeah.
So since Dr. Burns, you're not here, I'll read yours first, okay? Is that fine, doctor? So,
Yes, that's fine.
so this was a text given just now. I, Austin Burns, DDS, have been a member of the Clay County Health Board for approximately 15 years. This long tenure gives me seniority over much newer members when it comes to analyzing another member's work ethic and motives. During my tenure, Kim and Lynn have performed their duties with professionalism and integrity. They have always put the community first. Both have been a pleasure to work with and have done a lot of positive things for our community. To my knowledge, neither Kim nor Lynn have ever had an issue with another board member until recently with Ron Leach. He is still in his first term on the board. I believe his term is set to expire in December 2025. To my knowledge, he has never voiced concerns about the operations of the board until recently. I enjoy being a board member. That being said, I have zero desire to be involved in politics based on personal agendas. My term is due to expire in December 2025. If the commissioners do not have this issue with Ron Leach resolved by then, I will not be accepting another nomination. So that's how doctor. And then, I think that was it.
Did he vote on the issues?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yes, I voted.
Yeah. So section 1, yes, I support the continued service of the current administrator. Section 2, yes, I support the continued service of the current board chairperson. And section 3, my comments for the Clay County Council and Clay County Commissioners are the way that he stated earlier. So.
Now you can go on to the present.
Okay. So I have this, and it was a yes to support the administrator and yes to support the board chairperson. There were no comments for this. And then for this one, this was blank.
It's mine.
Oh, Dr. Leach is blank.
So it's a survey, so then.
And then another one here says, yes, support both the administrator and the board chairperson. Then another one, yes, support the administrator and board chairperson. Yes, support the administrator. Yes, support the board chairperson. And there was a comment here. It is unfortunate that such issues force busy individuals to direct time and attention from their responsibilities.
Survey results will be recorded and those will be provided to the commissioners and the councilmen at their meeting on December 1st. So now, it's time for any public comments that would like to be made. Again, limited to 3 minutes, and state your name and your zip code. And so does anybody have a comment they'd like to make? Okay.
My name is Jody Lorman, 47834. First of all, I want to thank you all for being members of the Clay County Health Board. You oversee the livelihoods of several thousand people in this community. From the kid who's got his first job washing dishes in a restaurant, to the single mom who's trying to make ends meet by earning tips, to the retiree who's just trying to stretch out their retirement fund as long as they can. These represent over 140 establishments that have food markets, restaurants, food trailers, gas stations with fountain drinks, the jail, the hospital, the school corporation. All of them are overseen by you guys with the health inspector. Our business is overseen by the health inspector. I'm a little disappointed that you were not able to hear comments beforehand, because in July of this year, our state representative sent me a copy of the code, Indiana Code 1620, which is the powers and duties of the local health departments. And since that time, I've been able to read and see some things that are just not quite operating to code, to the law that you guys are to operate under. We have a code that we're supposed to operate under, and your board oversees us honoring and following the law that we have to follow. So whenever we don't have trust that you guys are operating under your law, it makes it hard for us to really have faith that the enforcement on us is going to be true, okay? So 16-20-1-12 applies to local health department in a county where the county executive, the commissioners, has voted to receive additional funds, so grants, to provide public core health services. Section C of that law contains a long list of core public health services, including supporting student health. Also, in IC 1620-1-12, Section J of this law states, before a local health department may hire or contract for the provision or administration of core public health services, the local health department shall post the position or contract to the public for at least 30 days. Was the position of school nurse liaison posted for 30 days in 2022 when the federal CDC school nurse liaison grant was awarded to the Clay County Health Department?
Yes, it was. It is supposed to be posted on our board out here, and it's posted.
And it was posted, is there proof? Is there an email? Is there any proof that it was? Because there should be an email that was generated and.
Why would we generate a post in our email that would?
Well, you should have it on your computer that it was created.
We had a major outage after that point, so a lot of documentation necessarily isn't on the servers, but.
That might be something that in the future that you guys might want to keep a copy of your job postings. Your 3 minutes are up, so we need to. Okay.
So I apologize, I didn't realize mine fell during public commentary, so I'll hand a couple of things out to the board members and you guys can look through these at your leisure. This is regarding the complaints and such that we're literally here for today that has brought this on. This is fair. I think that everyone has.
I had an extra one there.
Oh, that one's Dr. Leach's, so I don't need it in with you. Okay. And the amount of work, as Jody mentioned, trust is a big issue. And it stemmed from what I'm about to discuss. Obviously, due to time constraints, I can't read these to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am here today to address the board regarding several concerns as to how we ended up here today. These concerns collectively highlight substantial inconsistencies and lapses in regulatory oversight regarding the inspection and permitting practices carried out previously, as these issues are a large portion of how we ended up here. We're here today to discuss the significant impact such poor professionalism in the past has had on our local businesses, community organizations, and professional relationships with neighboring health departments. So real quick, I cover FEP. I also cover any gaps we have in the office, because if we don't have somebody covering food or covering it correctly to code, we could have some significant health issues. So since the transition in the food protection program and the discovery of numerous permitting, inspection, and documentation irregularities, the CCHD has begun the process of correcting these issues and bringing these operations into compliance with state requirements. These corrections have been implemented, and now a notable increase in complaints has emerged from a small number of individuals, several in this room, and businesses closely related with the previous processes. Many of these concerns are now being voiced as they've arisen only after corrective measures for things that were being done unsafely were initiated, after previously undiscovered or hidden errors were addressed. Several complaints relate directly to areas where prior processes were found inconsistent with state code, such as temporary vendor permitting, charitable organization oversight, home-based vendor allowances, and septic review requirements. Because of this, it would seem that the recent complaints are not new. They're due to new problems due to a reaction of the enforcement of longstanding requirements that had not been consistently applied in the past. So we're speaking of 410, IAC codes 7-24 and now 7-26, in addition to House Bill 1149 that governs our home-based vendors, which is where we had a lot of our biggest issues. So in summary, because I'm probably getting real close to my time, we have a lack of routine inspections or proper documentations of work performed with prior position holder, unpermitted and incorrectly permitted retail food vendors that we believe were done knowingly, regularly issuing permits outside of their legal authority, inconsistent and potentially occasionally biased treatment of charitable organizations has been found, unprofessional reputation with surrounding local health departments that has made it difficult for us to continue to have others trained, failure to require documentation, water testing, and other items pertaining to local public health. We've had dozens of large corporations such as Speedway, Casey's, Taco Bell, Pilot Travel Centers, all contacting in the past requiring about missing or expired permits they paid for but had not been inspected upon.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to make a comment?
Thank you for all the information too.
Andy Orman, 47934, owner of Honeysuckle Hill Bistro, retired state police lieutenant. I don't have a vendetta, but I do appreciate the law, and we're expected to follow the law. We'd like the board to follow the law also. What are the minimum qualification requirements for the local health board? Does anybody know? Hearing no answer, I'll tell you. 16-20-2-12 says that members of the local board of health must meet the following conditions. 1, be a citizen of the United States and be a resident, I'll just read it, resident of the county in which the local board of health provides health services. Those are 2 simple things that I'm sure you all meet. Going further, personnel. IC 1620-1-14, talking about personnel, section C, says that public health personnel of a local health department must meet the following, 1, must meet the minimum qualification requirements of a local health board. We just said what those are: the United States citizen and a resident of the county. It appears that there are 3 employees that are named on food inspections that are not local Clay County residents. With that in mind, they also are supposed to be approved by the local board. It appears that these employees of the health department that do the health food inspections do not meet the legal requirements, and thus makes me uncomfortable with knowing that they're coming to my establishment. So why should they be allowed to inspect our establishments when they're not even legally in their positions?
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments?
Cobb 47841, and I'm the owner of Farm Connection, Clay City, Indiana. I also have a letter that I wrote that I wanted to share with the board and the commissioners. As small business owners, as I say in my letter, regulatory agencies can be one of the biggest challenges to being successful. And we've dealt a lot with state and federal over the years. And it's just, we've been fortunate in Clay County, it feels like, for several years. That it's not been burdensome. I understand that there is a reason to have an oversight for businesses to make sure that the public is protected, but also there are rules that sometimes are interpreted in ways that it's a little bit open for interpretation in some things. And so common sense is not always used when rules are enforced. We were concerned about the fact that, we found out that we didn't have a permit that we were supposed to have. And so we called in about that and we were
That is
concerned.
not correct. I called you and contacted you because you've been acting our slave for 5
Letters
years.
be every 3 minutes.
At time.
Okay.
We received
I will, I'm glad it.
We received the phone call that said we were unpermitted and what the fees would be for that. And then there was a fine quoted of $300 a day for operating unpermitted. And that is not anywhere in the county ordinance. And so I think there's just question about where are these numbers even coming from. We have paid for our permit, but we haven't finished our permitting process. We had to get some testing done and everything. So we're still working on that. But it's concerning that local businesses are being affected by a very small group of people that have authority to say yes or no, you cannot stay in business. And so that's something that I hope that you all read the letter and take into consideration.
Thank you for your comments and thank you for taking time to do the letter. It gives us something to look at as a board and I appreciate that very much, actually. Any other comments?
First of all, this is probably totally off the subject, but I was really shocked when you start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. This is a public government meeting. That's not to be said. Question, whoever put your budget together, did you run it before your board?
The budget is put together by Kim, and in the past, we've always approved the budget in January.
Did the board approve it?
Yes.
Okay, because they brought it to us, we were under the pretense that it wasn't brought before the health board. It was given to us. All we do is rubber stamp. I'm on the county council, and we rubber stamped it. And I didn't like that scenario at all.
Yeah, our board has always been made aware of our budget. The problem is we don't have a lot of wiggle room in our budget, but we do need to address some things with budget. We will do that.
But then, you have some infractions apparently among the health department. But yet, whenever somebody has a self-serve or serve self or whatever, and there's not a name on it for a manager, shut him down. Shut him down. Cost me $8,500 roughly, 6 days. And then what this gentleman said about we've got some people that are doing some inspecting that you said is supposed to be maybe from Clay County. Or not. I see a lot of cracks in your foundation and it concerns me. And we're looking at some things with you. And I'm not really happy with the health board either. What I've heard, what I've read, people I know, and I was in retail for 41 years and I had to deal with some same situations that were astounding. It's like you give somebody a badge and a little power and they just, it goes over. And I dealt with 3 excise, and I thought we were to work together. And boy, they turned their last. We got some young guys in, and they were all, I think Rob Carter finally told me, he took care of that problem. They stripped them of their uniforms, their guns, things like that. And I went through that. And I can see that with this, what just happened here in Clay County. And I don't like it. We're looking for business. You know, our mayor He made a remark, he said, I'm not looking for any new business in Brazil. I'm trying to protect the ones we've got. That's where I'm coming from. We need to help him. If he has 15 days to correct that problem, then he should have gotten 15 days. Now, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I think you guys need to look in the mirror too. I know as on the county council, we need to look in the mirror and make sure everything's right. We don't want to be an embarrassment to the county and to the community.
Your 3 minutes are up, and I
It is.
appreciate your comments. Yes.
I'd like to speak. My name's Carl, I'm the new health inspector. To answer a few questions first, the fees and fines are determined by the state. That's the schedule that we follow. We don't make them, the county doesn't make them, the state makes them, that's what we follow. To address how important ServSafe is, ServSafe is the second criteria. It's the second inspection point on every inspection report nationwide, not this county, not this state, nationwide. The second question to qualify an inspection is, are you certified to know what you're talking about? So I was hired as a new health inspector in a part-time capacity in mid-September. Most of my time since onboarding has been focusing on correcting historical problems that existed when I arrived. Inspecting Jack's Fine Foods was a response to a complaint that someone in the community submitted to the health department. That complaint identified smoking inside the establishment and concern about having observed cross-contaminating chicken and beef without the use of gloves or washing hands between species. During the inspection, several violations were found, including verification of the original complaint. Other things discovered during the inspection raised serious concerns about the efforts or ability, based on questioning of the person in charge, as to whether the employees or establishment could effectively keep the community safe from harm and continue to operate. Subsequent inspections, and with direction from the State Board of Health, resulted in closing the establishment to ensure that the community was protected while the business could demonstrate that they had the knowledge required to operate safely. Those inspections and the resulting actions against the business have been portrayed publicly, both here and to the local news outlets, as unfair targeting of a local business. It's important to note those inspections were initiated as a response to a complaint from the community, and each of the infractions notated are substantiated by photographic proof of the threat to public health. Every single infraction, from the mold growing on the meat hooks to the water leak in the roof in the walk-in cooler, leaking onto meat hanging in the cooler, then the meat tenderizer that hadn't been cleaned in so long that there was dried meat stuck in them. All of these problems were photographed so there cannot be any dispute as to whether or not they were made up. The public's response to the news articles suggesting that Jack's and the Staubergs are being unfairly handled makes it apparent that none of those people are aware of the unsanitary conditions happening in the back end of the store. Because of the inspections, the Staubergs have finally started using a hand washing sink. They finally have the required soap and paper towels at the hand washing sink. Because of the inspections, the Staubergs have learned that sanitizer water cannot be a mixture of bleach and Dawn dish soap.
3 minutes are up. I appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have comments?
So my name is Billy Carrico. I'm the environmental health specialist for the Clay County Health Department.
State zip code.
47802. So I'm actually from Vigo County, but we're a small health department, but our administrator has always been the steady foundation beneath the work of the entire office. In fact, if today's meeting were held under other circumstances and we had more time, we would be filling you in on our recent successes like the Thrive Bus, which is just one of many ways she supported us to better our community. Every staff member in our office has a success story because Kim has supported us. Today it's been explained through both facts and firsthand experience. The only thing Kim is guilty of today is being remarkably trusting, kind, and patient. She has extended that trust to a staff member who in the end did not act with the honesty, professionalism, and reliability that her leadership deserved. The evidence of Kim's intentions for the public health in Clay County is clear in how she consistently offers guidance opportunities for improvement, and community support for vulnerable populations, far more than most have given. The unfortunate list of accusations against Kim and Lynn are not only bereft of truth, but rather a reflection of the work performed by an individual who misused trust and a young journalist who has not yet learned to implement fact-checking and integrity into her work.
Any other comments?
Am I allowed to comment?
Well, I think
Okay, here we go.
she's first, then yes. you can comment.
My name is Linda Chisholm. I live in Posey Township, Clay County, Indiana. I would like
Would you
to
come, your
inquire.
zip code, please?
Excuse me?
Your zip code. Zip code, it was, you were supposed to, your name and your zip code.
I live in Posey
Okay,
Township.
all right, I understand it. Wasn't asking for township, it was just asking zip code, so.
All I wanted to do is ask if this meeting is being live streamed.
Yes.
Okay, and it will be available on the commissioner's website, is that correct? Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm before it's closed, so people can watch who weren't able to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments?
The only thing I will say, my name is Kate Hoffman. My zip code is 46125. Is anyone present who would like the additional copies of documents that were used to fact check the article or the sources involved? You are free to contact me at any time.
Any other comments? The board have any comments they wish to make? If
I
not-
do.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to clarify in front of everybody, including the board. I have no issues with any of the people within the department, that their intent and their heart, and their soul is in it. I have not heard that anybody isn't trying to do the best they are. The only thing I have ever questioned in any of the meetings, and when I was challenged on, because they said I didn't know what I was talking about, so I did some research. And in doing the research, as has been pointed out by several individuals here, we're not following the code in a lot of things that we do as a health department. Being a member of the board, I feel it's important that we do follow the rules. And a couple of times since I've pointed it out, and I've pointed out other things that we weren't doing, it was just ignored and said, this is the way we do things. Well, that's unacceptable for the health board. And all I'm trying to do is, if you will, so that we are following our own rules. That's the only thing I'm trying to accomplish. I'm not trying to point out that anybody's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know enough about it. Just like with the agenda day, nothing personal, but I'm not going to vote or give an opinion. If I'd have had this a week ago, so I could have studied it, I might have had some questions. I might have got some answers, and then I could have said yay or nay supporting. I didn't have enough information to do it. And I wasn't going to just say yay or nay for the purpose of doing it and be misconstrued. So the only thing I would like to accomplish going forward, whether I'm still on the board or not, is to get the board to follow the rules that are published and easy enough to do. But we're not following the rules, and I have a problem with that.
Thank you for those comments, and I agree with you. There are things that we can correct in the future, and whoever is doing this job can work on that in the future. I think our board members, I'm not really commenting, I'm just gonna say our board members volunteer. They don't volunteer, they're on the board, they get paid $75 a meeting to come to the meetings 4 times a year. And they're all very busy people. So, Dr. Mendoza, Dr. Breitweiser, Dr. Swerner always attends our meetings. Jan Sterling has a schedule she keeps. I'm busy. We all have very busy schedules, and not that that excuses any of us from anything, but I'm just saying I try to respect their time at meetings and when we're getting together, and we try to do the very best for our community and for our families and for our students at school. So, I'm going to tell you, during COVID, it's rough times for all of us. I'm not going to tell you everything was done perfect, but I'm telling you, our kids benefited, our families benefited, and our Clay County Health Department was phenomenal during that time. So with that, I would just like a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion to adjourn.
Kenny Gruber says adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Thank you for coming. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you keep the Terrell family in your prayers during this time. It was tragic that that has to happen at any time. I definitely keep the family in your prayers. Keep the freshman class in Northview High School in your prayers, our superintendents and our principals. These are tough times. I've been through too many of them, unfortunately. So I wish those families the best.